You might be wondering what we're doing right now, and even though this isn't really what we came to Hong Kong for, it is something that we were super excited to do when we saw it. We are in a giant Ferris wheel, and it gives us some amazing views. But this is not why we're here. Hong Kong was put on the map for me initially, specifically for its food scene. And as you know by now, we are huge foodies and we love to eat, especially everywhere we go, we like to try local cuisines and delicacies. And there's no better place for this, in my opinion, than Hong Kong. Here's a crazy, staggering fun fact. Hong Kong has more cafes and restaurants per capita than any other city in the world. And that is what we're here for, a food tour.
Welcome to the second day of our Hong Kong food tour. Technically, we didn't food tour on the first day. The first stop on our tour is a place called Yardbird, which has a Michelin star. This is my first time ever going to a Michelin star restaurant. So when we're in there, it's actually really, really busy and it's very loud and you're very close to the tables that are in your section. So we decided not to film in the restaurant.
Yardbird is a yakitori, one Michelin star restaurant, which means that it's everything chicken. So they basically take every single part of chicken, heart, liver, neck, knees, all the weird stuff that you probably wouldn't find in an American restaurant, and they fry it or grill it up. That's what yaki means. It means grill in Japanese. So they grill all these chicken parts and they season them to perfection.
So we decided to get the chicken breast, chicken skin, chicken knee, and then a meatball. And then on the side we had, it was like a deep fried corn ball, a KFC cauliflower, Korean barbecue style, and then Brussels sprouts.
What was your favorite part?
I think the two things I would come back for by far were the meatball and then the deep fried corn ball. So essentially what they do is they use cheese as an adhesive for corn and they put it together in a ball. They dip it in seasoning and then they deep fry it to perfection. I have never had corn in such an elevated way like that it was incredible.
Most unique thing I've ever eaten.
That's what got them their Michelin star, I swear.
And I will agree, the meatball was insanely good, and you have to mix it with this egg yolk, which gives this rich, thick, creamy sauce that you dip into, and it was just phenomenal. They saved it till the end, and I assume that's because it's probably the best thing that you're gonna eat there.
The one thing that I think is not worth it was the Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
I've just had better Brussels sprouts. I don't know. It was pretty like balsamic and caramelized heavy, but it just wasn't great. It's not something I would return for.
Yeah, they're Brussels sprouts. I mean, you put them in a pan, you fry them with some oil and lemon or whatever, and then you call it a day. The meal cost us $100, and we went pretty light on the food. I mean, we're still hungry, but we're gonna go grab something else. But we did get an alcoholic drink each, myself a beer and her a cocktail.
But overall, good experience, but let's go find something else. So for our last stop of the night, we decided to try to find an egg waffle. I don't know why it's different than a regular waffle, but here we are. They even come in these cute little like carrying containers that look like purses. Jeff got a banana, I got an Earl Grey. Tastes like whipped egg. So it's basically these crunchy little balls. They're a little bit doughy on the inside, but they're just like whipped egg. I think the original waffles are a little bit better. Flavor's good though. It does taste like Earl Grey. So Jeff and I have been together for 8 years and I have never seen him with a shaved head. Ever. So this is a little weird for me.
It's funny because this is how I actually used to wear my hair most of the time growing up in Florida.
Really?
It's just so hot, I hated dealing with it.
You're gonna blend in with the Egyptians.
That's the goal.
And he's gonna look good for our food tour tomorrow. Good morning from our tiny little hotel room in Hong Kong, where we have a very interesting view. We can pretty much see into the apartments of many, many people across the way from us, which is a little voyeuristic, but we really like the hotel, it's cute. And today we are kicking off our food tour with something that's very unique to Hong Kong, French toast. But first we're gonna get coffee at our hotel because it's free.
Now, obviously everyone's familiar with French toast, and you're probably like, oh, that's not from Hong Kong, and you're right. But what we mean is that Hong Kong has a unique take on it where it's normally stuffed with either some amazing filling and pan-fried in a special way.
So we found our way here to this French toast stall. It's in like this government market complex. We are the only foreigners here, and we got a lot of weird looks, and to be fair, we got quite lost, but we found it, and we've ordered some French toast, an egg sandwich, which are also supposed to be really good here, and just some regular toast. So supposedly this French toast is filled with like an egg cream or like an egg butter, which is supposed to, when it's baked, just like kind of melt inside and give it some little extra flavor. We unfortunately only have cash. We only have 60 Hong Kong dollars, so we're actually limited in what we can buy because we forgot to get more cash and they don't take credit card. But it's dirt cheap. So the French toast is only 29 Hong Kong dollars. The regular toast is only 13 Hong Kong dollars. And we also got an egg sandwich, which is only 18 Hong Kong dollars.
Okay, first up is the egg sandwich. It's literally an egg on a sandwich. It's good. There's nothing right home about though.
So this is just toast. Super buttery and creamy. It's buttery, soft, creamy, sweet. There's definitely some sugar in there. And the toast is just, it's grilled to perfection, not burnt, not too crispy. That's seriously some of the best toast I've had. It's almost more of a dessert. But the reason came here wasn't for toast or egg sandwiches, it was for French toast. So we have it now in front of us. They just brought it over. It's cut into 6 equal portions, and it looks phenomenal. Kind of like the toast, butty and creamy texture on the outside, very inviting, and 2 forks. So I guess that means I have to share with Bree. So excited to try this. I wish Anthony Bourdain were here, because I cannot describe how absolutely amazing this is. The guy behind us, super sweet, told us that this is actually why this place is famous. And I understand why. A trip to Hong Kong is no longer complete unless I come and eat here. That is just the best French toast I've ever had. I don't even know, you need to put the camera down and just try some. This is milk tea. This is also what they're famous for. I have the cold version and Bree has a warm. The gentleman behind us said it was a travesty that we didn't order this, but we said we ran out of cash, we didn't have enough, so he actually ordered these for us, which is incredible. I just took the first sip. It's incredibly strong. A lot of these milk teas, and he was kind of mentioning this, they get diluted by the ice to keep it cool, and you lose a lot of the flavor, but this is so punchy. I mean, it's like Earl Grey to the taste buds times 10. Nice, cool, refreshing, and the milk isn't really overpowering. Really delicious, and a great pairing to the French toast.
So we just left that phenomenal restaurant, and the gentleman behind us that recommended the milk tea actually bought the milk tea for us. And then on top of that, he sat and spoke with us for maybe about an hour about what it's like living here in Hong Kong and the places he used to live and the amazing food that you can find nearby. And I love this experience so much because he ended up paying for our entire meal, and he made it clear that it's because he's the host, and it's because of moments like this that I genuinely love Asia. And I'm just so sad to be leaving soon. The people here are absolutely incredible. So thank you, Vincent. I'll stop crying now. I will never forget this experience.
We caught a break in the rain, so we're doing one touristy thing in Hong Kong, and it's something that we really wanted to do, and that's come see the giant Buddha on Lantau Island.
It was about a 25-minute cable ride to get here, and I think it was about $20 per ticket, so it's pricey, but that's the one thing we're doing.
And then after that, we'll be back to regularly scheduled program of food.
It's hard to explain the scale of the statue, but it's the biggest Buddha I've ever seen, hands down.
That was an absolute insane amount of stairs. Actually, no, it wasn't that bad, but it was
Pretty bad on the way up, he's lying.
but it was definitely worth it.
This is what we've been waiting for. Pan-fried dumplings, Shanghai style. We got 2 regular and then 2 black truffle. So this restaurant actually has a Michelin star, so let's give it a try. Fuck it, stop rolling. So Jeff failed to inform me that these are actually soup dumplings. So I just had liquid hot magma strewn upon my face. Maybe you guys can see the mark here. But anyway, let's dig in. Oh my god. It was worth the pain. It was worth the pain. It's almost like the meatball in there is marinated in truffle oil. It's hard to describe. So admittedly, we ended up going back into the line for the last place that we went to for the soup dumplings because they were just so unbelievably amazing. We decided to get another 4-pack, which we absolutely devoured. For that place, we were really surprised that, in general, there wasn't much of a line when there should be one around the block. So it might go down in history as one of the best meals that we've had on this trip so far. But now we're at an actual restaurant for dim sum, which is just more dumplings, but we'll take any excuse we can get to eat more dumplings. But this place is a little more nice.
So our time in Asia has officially come to an end. This is the end of 9 amazing months in this part of the world, and that's why we decided to glam it up a little bit. And I couldn't be more sad. Some of the best cuisine I've ever had in my entire life comes from this part of the world, and it'll always hold a special place in my heart, and I think Bree's too. Starting us off with our last meal, braised beef dumplings. That's so good. Really soft, like almost like a beef stew, but wrapped in dumpling.
Second up is the 5-spice lamb buns. There are actually a lot of places here where you can get spiced lamb, and we haven't tried it yet, so we're looking forward to this kind. And it looks like it's in a bit of a bao bun with tomato and a little bit of maybe feta or mozzarella cheese. The spice is really strong, but it doesn't bring any heat. It's just a lot of flavor, and it's like having a kebab but wrapped up in a bao bun. It's amazing.
For our third dim sum, we have beef sume with chimichurri sauce. The chimichurri definitely takes me back to eating Mexican in Colorado, but the flavor from that, the spices are incredible.
So for the last dim sum, we have our burger buns, which they recommended that we take this little cocktail sauce and we shove it right into the burger bun and just squeeze so it fills the dumpling. It tastes like a burger wrapped in French bread with sesame, and then I have no idea what this is, but there's not enough of it in there because it is absolutely amazing. Last but not least, we decided to get dessert to celebrate our last day in Asia. So we got a lemon tart, which I admittedly laughed out loud when I saw it because it is so tiny. Look at this thing. Amazing. I'm so mad that I like it because it's so small. Small but mighty and expensive. Thank you so much for watching our food tour in Hong Kong. Hopefully it gave you some ideas and inspiration to get out to Hong Kong and try the food scene. It was absolutely incredible. But for now, we're gonna go and face plant because tomorrow we're headed to the Middle East.